What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here getting my 10,000 steps in. As y'all can see, it's a nice sunny day. I'm using the gimlet again. Another day, another trial run. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I know I was a bit annoyed with it the other day, and some of y'all were like, well, at least one person has said that I should go ahead and hit that Amazon refund. I hear a dog in the horizon. I think it's over that way. I know y'all was saying, at least one, that you can already tell it's not to my liking. I should go ahead and hit that refund. I considered it, but when I used it a couple more times, I was like, I think I'm getting the hang of it. So for now, I'm gonna hold on to it. You know, Amazon's got a pretty generous return policy, so I'll get it in there to them if need be. But right now it's working out. Now let's get into the topic at hand. And it's some of these nuisance streamers, man. These nuisance streamers, who is watching them for real? I'm genuinely curious. Who is watching them? Who is their audience? Is it kids? Because they're making a lot of money by going out into the world and being annoying. And I'm really wondering, is it adults that find this type of content to be enjoyable, or if it's kids? And if it is kids, why do they find being an obnoxious dummy to be amusing? I mean, I know that kids are typically less mature, but still, there's gotta be better entertainment for a youngin' than this trite. But you got this one in particular, Jack Doherty. He's been around for a few years, seems to be very, very successful. He was out on Rodeo Drive. This is in Beverly Hills, for those of you who don't know. I think most people know where it is, but hey, we're just gonna go ahead and get that info out there for those who don't. It's out there on Rodeo Drive. He apparently was robbed at gunpoint for $300,000 in jewelry that he was wearing. Now there's a few things wrong with this. One, why are you wearing $300,000 in jewelry out and about? I understand this is Beverly Hills that you in, and you probably thought you would be safe wearing that, but this is what you get for thinking. I'm not saying the guy deserved it, but I'm not saying he didn't either. You out there walking around in public with $300,000 worth of stuff that people can just literally lift off you. That's just not very intelligent. He's got some bodyguard with him, some guy. I don't even know who this guy is. I know he had King Kong before. And if he did have King Kong this time around, this may not have happened to him. I have not seen him with King Kong ever since, and I could be wrong, but this is the last time I seen him with him. When he was at that one party where people were dressing up, and the guy that told him to walk, he laid him out. You know, King Kong's like some big 6'8", 400-pound dude. You some small, scrawny guy that's doing a little too much talking for somebody that's not ready for that smoke. So, I don't know. Just crossing over here. I didn't get that situation why he felt so comfortable mouthing off. Because see, men, we can't mouth off like that. Men get the consequences of men. It's cool if you want to talk like that to old boy, but you got to be able to back it up. You got to be prepared for smoke. And he wasn't. He was so caught off guard when he got flattened. I don't know. I'm a guy that can handle himself pretty well, but I'm still not going to go looking for trouble. I'm still not going to go talking to a complete stranger any type of way, creating a conflict that I otherwise don't have to deal with. Y'all know I'm unk age now, okay? Yeah, that's right, Pistons. They just lost to the Knicks, man. That series is now 1-1. 1-3. They probably not going to win this series. I'm not trying to count them out, but they would have to like make history in order to get out of this series against the Knicks, now that they've dropped both home games to them. I'm all for making history, though. I love when history is made. I love to witness it. So I'm all for it. So I ain't going to count them out. I'll just take a wait-and-see attitude. But it's looking pretty bleak. Anyway, the guard that he has now, he's also tall. People said that the guard was 6'8". I mean, he's tall, but he's just tall. He's not like a big, solid dude like how King Kong is. Also, even if he was, these guys are robbing him at gunpoint. So I don't think it's a good idea to risk your life being put down over another man's jewelry. There is something to be said for the fact is, some conflicts you can avoid simply by looking dangerous. As I said, King Kong, he's like 6'8", 6'9", like 400 pounds. You could tell he goes to the gym. He looks capable of putting a mofo down. A lot of drama, if you got somebody like that with you, he's going to be the deterrent of it. Just simply seeing him is going to deter it. Your bodyguard you got here, he wearing a tank top, he got titties, he just doesn't look very intimidating at all. He's looking a bit rusty, so I don't know. It's just somebody that's as infamous, that's as despised, if you will, as this guy is, because this isn't my first time seeing him. Somebody that's as despised as this guy, they should probably hire better security and also more security. And then, as an added measure, maybe not take a bunch of expensive jewelry with you as well. I'm just not getting that. I'm born and raised in the city of Detroit. As I said, people here, and there's some pretty tough guys here, as you would expect. But people here, even the really tough ones, they not just going walking around the streets wearing ice, man. It just doesn't happen. Don't test the streets. You got a young man here that's talking mad smack online, and I think that's part of the problem. Some of these guys, they talk so much smack online that they don't realize that in real life is different, man. You do all that smack talk in the comfort of your home and nothing ever happens to you, and then you get out in the streets and are so shell-shocked when you find out the streets is just that, the streets. He believed he was set up. He said a car rolled up on him when he came out of a building. I mean, that's possible. Somebody might have seen him out there, recognized him, and went ahead and dropped a dime on him. That's certainly possible. But you got to be self-aware at all times, even when you in a nice area. I live here in downtown Detroit. It's pretty nice. I'm not about to just leave my keys in my vehicle, though. Even if I'm like in the well-known, well-to-do areas like Birmingham and Troy and the Bloomfields, they might leave their car doors unlocked. I still would not. I'm probably never gonna be that guy unless I buy a manual. Then most of these car thieves can't drive a manual, so you might be okay then. I remember seeing one time this guy, though, he was out and about walking. He had a security guard with him, if you can call it that. He was like a little dude too, that was like out of shape. And I don't know if this guy was serious or if this was just part of the prank, but he was out walking around, shoulders out like this, like he was gonna bump people. And when people would react to it, his quote unquote security would go get up in their face like, don't you dare. And I'm just looking like, man, if you don't stop. So again, I don't know who his target audience is. I don't particularly care for content like this, going out just being obnoxious. There's a few streamers that do this sort of stuff. I mean, a couple of them are in jail right now, right? You got Jack Doherty hasn't reached this state yet, but you got what's his name? What's the one? Johnny Somali. I've talked about him a couple times. He's in jail right now. And then you got Vitali. He didn't went and found himself in some stupid stuff. He gonna be doing some sort of prison stint as well. And in his mugshot, I don't know if he doing that for the internet or what, but he don't really seem to be taking it all that serious. I'm starting to see people who left the Pistons game make their way down here. You always know when there's a game down here because Little Caesars Arena right up the street, Ford Field right up the street, Comerica Park right up the street. Little Caesars Arena features the Pistons and the Red Wings. So you have all 4 Detroit teams right here. And they be parking all up and down our streets. So you always know when there's a game going on because you start seeing them making their way around the streets to get to their vehicles. I think that's all I need to say on this one though, man. These nuisance streamers, I think the days are numbered for them, man. They starting to get out here and get themselves into trouble, get themselves arrested. I'm not trying to do nothing that's gonna get my freedom taken away, man. I think there's ways to make money where you don't have to put liberty, you don't have to put freedom on the line. I'm gonna leave it there though, y'all. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.